Good evening, Valley Middle. Tonight we're going to work on finding the measure of angles when two lines intersect. But let's first start off with a problem about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just how big were these dudes? Bigger than I thought. I'll give you some exact data at the end of the lesson. But first, our official target is 10.1b. I can solve problems using angles formed by intersecting lines. Let's do this thing. Recognize this problem? Yeah, it's from last night. Remember Lane Avenue and Garfield Road? And we found out that we had adjacent angles and vertical angles. Well, tonight we're going to work on finding the measure of them. Here's what we know. We know that angle 1, right here, is 70 degrees. Now, I apologize I don't have the little degrees signs on all my angles tonight, but that little circle means degrees, and you'll find that a lot. This little symbol means angle. So angle 1 equals 70 degrees. What do angles 2, 3, and 4 equal? This is so simple, it's just unbelievably simple. Opposite angles are equal. So if this angle is 70, this one right over here is going to be 72. Now you found two of the angles. If you think about these two angles here as being a half of a circle, or a protractor like this one here, like a protractor like this guy down here, and you were to take and lay that on there just like, lay this on there just like this, and you found out the measure of the one angle, sorry, it's not quite right, but let me get it right. You'd find out that the measure of the one angle here is 70, then the other angle will be the balance of 180. So if you just take, let me move that away. If you just take 180 and you minus 70, you're going to get 110 degrees. And you can just pop that in. And then of course opposite angles are equal, so this one is going to be 110. Now look at it this way. You still have 180 degrees going here because this is like two different angles here. They will add up to be 180 degrees. Opposite angles are equal, therefore 70, 70, 110, 110. If you can figure that out, you are going to nail this quiz. Let me break it down a little bit more carefully for you. Here are two lines that intersect. And I'll tell you right now, this guy here, this is a 30-degree angle. I measured it with a protractor. Well, if that one is 30 degrees, then this guy here has to be what? 30 degrees, because opposite angles are equal. Now, if you were to think about this, and think about this protractor here, let me just grab this guy here and make him real big for you. If you think about it, you think about this as being with a protractor laying on its side. If this angle here is 30 degrees, then this angle from here to here is going to be 180 minus 30 degrees, because here's just this little chunk. And a half circle is 180 degrees. 360 in the total circle. Half circle, 180 degrees. So this guy right here has got to be 150 degrees. Because this plus this will always equal 180. Well, and now you know that opposite angles are equal, so you can just flip this guy up here. And very quickly, you found all four angles. Let me just flip this down so it's a little easier. Here's an obtuse angle of 150. Here's an acute angle of 30. Opposite angles are equal, so really you only need one angle when two lines intersect to find all other angles. Okay? Well, let's take another example. This one here, these two lines right here. I wanted to put the protractor on there so I could just show you. See how it goes up in the middle there? And if I lock that guy in right there, you can see, that I've got 80 degrees. Now, if I move it just a little bit out here, you can see that right above the 80 is the 100. The protractor will give you both measurements. It'll give you the acute angle. Sorry, I gotta grab this guy. Sorry, I gotta go over here and grab him. It'll give you the acute angle and the obtuse angle. So here's the 80 degrees on this side, and on that side it is 100 degrees. So I'm going to pop my measurements in. 80 degrees on this side. Let me touch this again just to make sure. See the 80 pop up right here where I'm putting my finger? The numbers are moving. There's 80 degrees. Then on this side, it has to be 100. Here's my obtuse angle, 100 degrees. My acute angle, 80. Pretty cool, huh? Ha! Even cooler. If this angle here is 80, the opposite angle has to be 80. Vice versa, if that angle is 100, this angle over here has to be 100. It's just like that. Opposite angles are equal. All right. One more time. All right, I know that this angle here is 120 degrees. All right, well, let me see. If this entire line here is 180 degrees, and this one's 120, 180 minus 120, that's going to give me 60 degrees right here. So let me get rid of the question mark, put in the 60. Can you finish it from right there? Yes, I'm sure you could. Opposite angles are equal, so this one here is going to be 120 degrees. And of course, this one will be 60 degrees. And look at down here too. This is 180 degrees this direction too, so 60 plus 120 is 180. Want to see something really cool? All right, watch. Here's my protractor for 180 degrees. Now it's 360 degrees, and I could lay that on there too. You could measure out the angles. Kind of cool, huh? You can see where it comes in at 60 right there. Wow, is that cool or not? Yeah, you probably want to show your friends this video. Not. All right, your turn. Figure out these 3 missing angles. Go ahead and pause the video. Go. Hey, I'm back. Let's see how you did. Well, if this one is 40 and it's 180 for this whole line here, this one's got to be 140. So let me get rid of the question mark. Of course, opposite angles are equal. So if this obtuse angle here is 140, this bad boy over here is going to be 140. And this acute angle will be opposite of this, so it's going to be equal. So that is 40. Congratulations. Yeah, but what if there are 2 lines? Well, watch how cool this is. These 2 lines, AB and CD, are parallel. When a line intersects them, watch what happens. This angle is 110 degrees, and this angle is 110 degrees, right? But check it out. This angle is 110 degrees, and yes, this angle is 110 degrees. Because they're parallel, the angles will be the same. Well, if this is 110, and you gotta go all the way over here to this angle here, it's going to be 180 degrees, right? 180 minus 110 is 70, which means this angle here will be 70. And then you can fill in the rest. Opposite angles are equal. Notice how I have 180 on the top, 180 on the bottom. Look at it going this direction. I still have 180 degrees. 110 and 70 is a 180. And of course, I can just pop in these other guys here, and we figured out all the measurements. Pretty cool, huh? All right, time for you to try one of those. Ooh, I laid it inside. See if you can figure it out. Take a minute. Go. All right. Well, if this angle is 30, this angle has to be 30, and this angle has to be 30, and this angle has to be 30. Remember, if these 2 lines of AB and CD are parallel, a line intersecting them will create equal angles. All right? This bad boy's got to be 150 because 30 plus 150 equals 180. This has got to be 150. This has got to be 150. And this has got to be 150. It makes sense. Remember, it's 180 degrees for a half circle or 360 for the full circle. So these 2 will equal 180 or these 2 will equal 180. It's kind of cool, isn't it? I think so. All right, time for you to figure out something here. What is the measure of angles A, B, and C? Given that one measure, that's your ticket to the show. I think you're going to do just fine. All right, some amazing dinosaur facts, the T-Rex facts. All right, check this out. These bad boys would be about 40 feet tall. Now keep in mind, the ceiling in my classroom is 9 feet tall. So these guys could be more than 4 times the height of my room, probably as tall as the gym. They could be up to, sorry, that's how long they were. They could be up to 15 to 20 feet tall, so like twice the size of my room, 40 feet long. That'd be as long as a school bus. Weigh up to 9 tons. That's 18,000 pounds. Of course, they ate meat. And I read someplace where these things could take like 100-pound bite of meat at one time. You know what that's like? Taking a 100-pound bite of meat? That's like eating next to my brother. Ba-dum-ching. Thought you'd like that one. All right, have a good evening. Bye.